In the midst of the great pirate age, ambitious souls take to the sea in pursuit of fame, fortune, and power. However, for the powerless, it means an age of relentless oppression. A silhouette of a girl appears who is determined to create a new age where everyone can all be happy. The scene shifts to a concert venue on the island of Elegia that is very full of people excited about it. From one of the spots, we can see the Straw Hats group participating as well, and all of the crew are eager to participate in the concert of Yuta, a famous singer who is doing her live performance for the first time ever. The concert begins extravagantly with Yuta entering the stage welcomed by excited screams from the fans. At the same time, the concert is also being broadcast live throughout the world. After the first song, Luffy immediately comes up to the stage and reintroduces himself to her. Yuta immediately embraces Luffy as they are apparently childhood friends who haven't met each other for a really long time, making a huge shock to every single one watching. Luffy's crew are also shocked, and when asked, Luffy tells them that Yuta is Shanks' daughter. Shanks is one of the 4 emperors of the sea, which at the same time gives him the title of one of the strongest pirates in the world. Mixed feelings come from the audience of Yuta, who supports her but hates pirates to the bone. Multiple pirates also come up to the stage, including members from other big pirate groups like the Big Mom Pirates, another one of the 4 emperors. They come with the intention of kidnapping Yuta to make a profit from Shanks. Luffy's crews immediately come up to protect Yuta from them. However, Yuta starts singing and stops the fighting by trapping all the other pirates with her abilities. The live stream gets the attention of the world government, who is now determined to subdue her due to her threat and sends out their strongest admirals to do it. The government mentions the word top musica, which seems to be related to the threat that Yuta possesses. During the break, Yuta challenges Luffy for a game that they used to do together. Yuta easily beats Luffy by tricking him, and they remember how they used to play it in the village with Shanks and his crews. Back then, Yuta would also beat Luffy by tricking him, and they would argue afterwards, but is then quickly calmed by Shanks. Yuta was already the musician of Shanks' crew even as a child, but one day disappeared all of a sudden from the crew when Shanks returned to the village and never told Luffy what happened. After knowing that Luffy is now a pirate, Yuta starts attacking him to force him to stay and quit being a pirate. She manages to capture his crew members, but Luffy manages to escape with the help of Trafalgar Law and Bartolomeo, another group of pirates. During the escape, they run into Gordon, the former ruler of the Elegia Island. It is said that Elegia used to be the music capital of the world, but all of the citizens just disappeared overnight. Gordon has been raising Yuta alone on the island to prepare her to be the world's greatest musician. She grew up without knowing the situation of the outside world, but one day she came across video transponder snails that had washed up on the beach. Afterward, she began sending her songs beyond the island. She also began receiving news from the outside world, especially about the suffering caused by the Great Pirate Age. With the fans starting to see her as a savior, she responded by promising to create a new age for everyone. Gordon then begs Luffy to stop her plans as he was her childhood friend. However, Yuta immediately finds them. Luffy and the others manage to escape again, but Gordon is ultimately captured by Yuta. She tells him that she found a musical score called Top Musica that Gordon has been hiding all the time, much to Gordon's surprise. The Navy arrives at Elegia but finds that everyone on the island is sound asleep, except for Yuta. When she sings, her power transports everyone who hears it into the dream world that she controls, and if she dies, everyone will stay there forever and will never wake up. She takes in some wake shroom, a mushroom that will allow the eater to stay awake until they eventually die. The Navy arrives to stop her plan, but her power also allows her to control the physical body of the ones she trapped inside the dream world, causing the Navy to turn against themselves instead. Inside the dream world, Kobe, another member of the Navy, manages to help the Straw Hats group escape and also tells Luffy and Law about the situation. Meanwhile, due to the live streaming, around 70% of the world's population has been trapped in Yuta's dream world with one of the celestial dragons among them, causing the world government to panic. Kobe arrives at the stage and tells the audience about the truth, causing a huge argument between those who want to stay and those who want to leave. In the midst of the chaos, Yuta turns all of the audience into inanimate objects to stop all the arguments and let them stay that way until she dies, which means that they would all have no choice but to stay. Meanwhile, the group reunites after the Straw Hats crew finds the secret of the Elegia kingdom from beneath the castle. It is said that the Elegia country has a secret weapon sealed within called the Top Musica. It allows the user of the Sing Sing fruit, the power that Yuta currently owns, to summon a huge demon king that has immense power. However, that is also the key to escape from the dream world. When the demon king is summoned, it will connect reality and the dream world, so when it is defeated at the same time at both reality and dream world, the dream world will be erased and all those trapped within will be released. Luffy immediately confronts Yuta alone to ask her reasoning for all her plan. She tells her how she was left on the island of Elegia alone 12 years ago. The people of Elegia wanted her to stay after hearing her voice, but she still wanted to stay with Shanks and the group. But during the night, she woke up only to find the entire country destroyed, and Gordon told her that Shanks destroyed the country and left her there after plundered the country's goods. Luffy cannot believe the story and Yuta is planning to kill Luffy in the real world. But Shanks arrived with his entire crew to stop her. Shanks tries to stop her without any violence, but the Navy steps in and tries to stop her even if it means killing all the civilians there. This angers Shanks and his crew, and they start fighting. Inside the dream world, the group also manages to subdue Yuta together. Desperate, Yuta begins singing the Top Musica and summons the Demon King in both worlds. They all try to stop the summoning, but to no avail. After trying to save Luffy from one of the attacks, Gordon tells Yuta the whole truth. Due to knowing that Yuta would leave the country, all the citizens came up to her and asked her to sing as much as possible. And all that singing broke the seal of Top Musica that somehow found its way to Yuta and tempted her. The Demon King was summoned and was defeated by Shanks' crew, but not after all the citizens had lost their lives. Shanks asked Gordon to not tell her the truth as it would be too cruel for her and put all the blame on him instead. The revelation shocked Yuta, but it was already too late for her to stop the Top Musica. The Demon King fully emerges and all the attacks both from the dream and real world don't work against it. They need to attack at the same time from both worlds in order for it to be effective. After he manages to calm himself down a bit, Usopp connects with his father, Yasopp from Shanks' crew. Their vision of both worlds connects and they can finally coordinate their attacks from both sides. Both of them command the group splendidly and manage to destroy all the limbs of the monster. The final attack will be by both Shanks and Luffy. Shanks remembers the time he and his crew found Yuta from the treasure they got from other pirates and decided to raise her on the ship. After a really epic scene of attack, the Demon King is finally destroyed in both worlds. Even after Top Musica has been destroyed, the trapped souls are still not released. In order to save them, the already dying Yuta starts singing for the last time in her life and saves them all. In her last moment in the dream world, Yuta bids goodbye to Luffy and returns his straw hat to him. Even during times like this, the Navy still shows up trying to capture Yuta. This greatly angers Shanks, who shows them his overwhelming strength, scaring all the Navy. The crew then grieve the passing of their ship musician together. Meanwhile, Luffy and his crew wake up already at their ship. From the horizon, they can see Shanks' ship sailing away from them, and the film ends with them not saying another word afterward. So that concludes the recap of One Piece film Red. What do you guys think? With its outstanding animation, excellent story, and some memorable music, this movie delivers what might be the best movie of the franchise so far. While it may not be the best entry point for newcomers, it offers everything fans of One Piece will be looking for. Please tell us what you think through the comment section. If you like this content, please leave us a like and share them with your friends. Follow us for more episodes of this series. Thank you for watching, and see you again.